that long ago. Because of the shit they knew. And you know, once they get you on medication, that's it, you're told. Once this system get you on meds, you're fucked, you know. Especially prisoners. It's different with prisoners, like. Yes, Lindsay, Jen. Do you remember I said to you years ago when Tony Blair came into power? The prison system changed. Why? Because all the nurses couldn't speak English and they were from Nigeria. Here we are, 28 years later, and they've done the same again. Just employ loads of people, and guess what? They've been trained on a computer whilst in Nigeria. That was how they got in the country, saying they've got a job, but they can't even speak English. Yes, Cara, Sober Scott, Nicky Nicole. The prison system, apparently one of the most sadistic fucking monsters you can get out there existed in the prison system. That's a fact. There's well more in there. You had them in the YPs, you had them going into cells in the night and shit. In Warrington House, when I first went to prison, they were taking them out the dorm, taking them in the office and fucking doing mad shit. How are you, Charlie? I don't know. Ignore the creatures. Ignore the plazzy gangsters of TikTok, mate. Jen, I don't sit here trying to be a gangster, do I? You know, you've got helmets, just pure plastic gangsters, mate. Sitting on here thinking the fucking gangsters are weird, isn't it? I don't sit here like a gangster, do I? I've got people imitating me all over the place. It's fucking weird. Hello. Let's get rid of these little weird people. Just come and start chatting poo. Hello. So fuck you. Let's kick you out. Sober Scott. Alright, Darren, mate, I've spent time in Northumberland, says Scotty. When, lad? With his blame as a claim, kid. Milzino. Jolly Daydream. That Barbie. Just cooking tea, says Charlie. What are you having? Yes, Saskia. Judy B. Tara. Roxy. Lindsay. Rachel. AC Coley. No. Sounds, you know, lad. We're just chilling. Let's kick you out. Talk less and listen more. There you go, out that door. How can you tell me, Daniel Louise, to get kicked out my own life? Yes, Siobhan Adam, Frank Devent. 8 months clean today. Good on you, lad. Keep it going. Yes, Vintage. So you're 6 months clean today, or 8 months clean today? How long was you clean before you started using? Because people sort of like put it across like they've been using since they were 1. You know, was you 19 and was you drinking for 2 years? Or was you 14 and been smoking crack for 20 years? Yes, Tracy, Viv Lake, Shell J. Changed my life for the better, being clean 6 years. That's right, Scotty. We're all in recovery, yes we are. We're all in recovery, yes we are. We're all in recovery, all in recovery, all in recovery, yes we are. Oh, you're in recovery, yes you are. Oh, you're in recovery, yes you are. Oh, you're in recovery, you're in recovery, you're in recovery, yes you are. Oh, your ma's in recovery, yes she is. Oh, your ma's in recovery, yes she is. Oh, your ma's in recovery, your ma's in recovery, your ma's in recovery, yes she is. Oh, your dad's just a pleb, yes he is. Oh, your dad's just a pleb, yes he is. Oh, your dad's just a pleb, your dad's just a pleb, your dad's just a pleb, yes he is. How are you, Lady Linla, Tornado, Jen, Rose? Feel content after that little track. He'll be paving at your daughter, yes he will. He'll be paving at your daughter, yes he will. He'll be paving at your daughter, paving at your daughter, paving at your daughter, yes he will. That fucking little rat, the stalking rat. That fucking little rat, the stalking swat. That fucking little rat, fucking little rat, fucking little rat, the stalking swat. What's happening, the quifter? Where have you came from and where do you belong tonight, sweet cheeks? What's your name, fella? Fucking haircut on him. Had an haircut like a rug out of Rugs R Us. Merseyrail Live updates and services face delays and cancellations. What's happening, haircut? How come you've come back into my room when you're not invited to, fella? Fucking haircut's harassing, you know. Screaming for a match. Just one match, please. Come on. A whole loaf depends on this match. If I have this match, I can get myself a loaf. Got some interesting news in the Echo, but we'll talk about them in a bit. Hey, how you doing? What's happening, Sarah, right? Got a chicken pot noodle there. I'm gonna fucking munch that in a sec, like I'm on my bed waiting for fucking Top Gear on a Sunday. Top Gear's on, lads. How are you, Eve? That's right, Charlie. Sarah, I've made chicken casserole. Sounds nice, mate. Well, chicken casserole cannot be nice. It's only me. I mean, it's hard for chicken casserole not to be succulent. How are you, ma? Badond. Hammerside, lad. Erin go bra. Erin go bra. Go bro. Go braf. Erin go braf. How do you pronounce that, mate? How are you, Parry? You can let them know they can get daily bonus points after completing all daily missions. That came up about 10 times. Must be AI. Reminding me how to fucking do it right. So all these little tips I should be fucking pouncing on, shouldn't I? Do you reckon that's what it's doing? Give me all these little... Because I said that loads. Do you reckon now I've said it, it won't say it again? But yeah. Yes, Lee Tyler. Now I've said that, I shouldn't say it again. It's Brian spelt with a B. It's right, but on day. Thanks for identifying yourself, mate. Now you're gone. Hope you're eating, love. I have Jen. You see me today? Rice and eggs. Had a snicker. That's enough for me, lad. It's not right. It's not like I'm running around all day. I do the stairs all day, like a couple of times a day. Yes, Nanny Pepper. You like football? I don't dislike it. Dave Bell. It's like anything. I don't like the people that run it to use it to control everyone. Yes, Jane. Sammy. Nanny Pepper. When we were kids, football was football, mate. And then it got turned from League One. I think you had Division 1. And then it went to League One. And then once it went to the Premiership, that's when you knew. At the same time, immigration kicked in. At the same time, plastics went to glass. At the same time, your nan couldn't wear a cross even though she's worked on that in that hospital all her life. At the same time, Sunday weren't a day of rest no more, all the shops could open. So it was all then, all the same time, all came in at once. And because it came in at once, you're only identifying a few things that bother you. When in reality, there's like 12 things put on us at once to actually rip the Christianity out of this country. That's what it's been, at the end of the day. Hence why you've got people. So the weekend, especially a Sunday, was a day of rest. No shops would open at all. That meant there was no football on. There was nothing on. That meant families were together. You'd all go to church, you'd come back, you'd have a roast dinner. That's what it was like back in the day. I can remember that a little bit. It changed with us. We grew up during the fucking what they'd done, basically. And that's why we all thought we were rich years ago. That's how they distracted the poor communities, by thinking you were rich. Why? Because at the same time, now you had drip. Now your poor mother could go into that shop on the high street and rig a fucking house out for £100 a month. Boss telly, boss fridge, boss washing machine, boss couch. In debt most of her life, just to have the house looking up to standards. But that little thing distracted all the poor. Why? Because you could get mobile phones for nothing. You can get tellies for nothing. You can get cars for nothing. Just got to pay each month. That was all distracting us from what they were implementing right under your fucking noses. And you could see spots of it in your community. Why? Because all of a sudden, you've got Mo opening this shop in the corner, this fella that can't speak English. And it's them people that have been grabbing your kids. The same people bringing high-grade heroin into the country from Pakistan since the 80s. Hence, how they were managing to keep the gangsters in your city quiet on the grooming shit that was happening in their knowledge, full knowledge. Pursuit of money. Yes, Charlie. Bad Barbie. Susie Big Lips, how are you, mate? You can let them know what they can get daily. That's still there, that notice. How do we stop these little fucking notices? They destroyed the family unit on purpose. the Christian family unit and made it easy for every other type of family to have more kids, pay for their children, give them the houses so they could develop. We just got destroyed on purpose, as you're witnessing now. As you're witnessing now, hence why all the churches are shut and you're getting more mosques built. They've deliberately... So look, you see this 4-day work thing they're shouting? So you don't work on a Friday. That's nothing but to cater for Friday prayer. So when they start telling all yous you're working from home of a Friday, it's so the streets are empty and the Muslims can go to pray. That's straight up that. They've done exactly the same thing in prison. All of a sudden now we're getting told you're locked up all Friday in prison. Why? So we can cater for the Muslim prayer. And the way certain people within that community complain and snitch to the everything on the phone, constantly, emails, letters, bar, everything. Only takes a little 100,000 of them to say we feel threatened going to the mosque of a Friday. Don't get your shit in a twist. I wouldn't be surprised if you're instructed, if you're not going to pray, you stay behind your door. And what happens is, because the rats can't handle being enclosed, they start converting in huge numbers so they can stay out of a Friday and still go around your estates. Because that's what happened in jail. You know, loads of lads locked up, 4 lads on the wing getting let out by themselves on a Friday after lunch. All these kids that can't do the jail start, how are you out? I'm a Muslim now. Oh, how'd you become a Muslim? Converting just to get out all Friday and get on the phone to the family and have a bit of fucking shower and shit. Straight up. This isn't hating. This is what they've done to the prison system. And what they do to the prison system is like a rehearsal for what they're going to implement out here. I've told you this. Yes, happy-go-lucky. I've told you all this. Thug Naz, Leslie, Lulu. Exactly, you're getting these digital ID cards. Prisoners were getting them time ago. You might have seen a card of my picture, HMP Birmingham. You've seen a big thing in the background some point. A big poster of my ID card. That's basically what you're going to have. But it'll be a chip in it. Them digital ID cards had to scan when you first got them. And you could let yourself on wings or into education blocks. Now they've got your fingerprints. So this is what they do to you. They'll give you ID cards first. A lot of you will lose them. They'll use that loss as an excuse to implement fingerprint and ID. Exactly what they've done in prison. Lads were getting fined for losing their ID cards. That's what they've done at the end of every fucking prison. You've got them in some cells now. In them new prison team side, I think you've got it in yourself. But at the bottom of every new prison now, you've got a little console. You'll have a screen on it. You'll go over, you'll have a little red thing under it. You put your finger in. All your details will snap up. You book your own visits. Book what food you want for the week ahead. Do your menu for the week ahead. Everything. All there. What courses you've got to do, when your visits are, who's coming up. Everything's just on this thing. And what you're seeing is this. You see your cash machines that you've just seen get thrown all over the gaff and you're thinking, wow, there's a cash machine on every corner. The old cash machines, yeah, but see the new ones that you're seeing now. In 5 years' time or something like that, all they've got to do to them cash machines is take the face off and put a new face on. And that'll be one of them consoles where you'll go up and you want to order what you want for the week. go in the shop, bam, order your groceries, go and pick it up. You want a pair of trainees, if it's not postage, order your trainees, go and pick it up. It'll probably all be postage by then. Yes, Lulu. So you'll have a kiosk, yeah, that's what it is. You'll have a kiosk. And that's what your cash machines will become, kiosks. So instead of putting your card in, withdrawing cash, you put your fingerprints on and get onto this digital fucking profile of yourself, and everything you do is there. Everything. They'll probably end up giving you tablets, in-home tablets. So you'll have your universal credit, your doctor's appointments, your fucking everything governmental will be attached to this. And if you're not registered, everything governmental you won't get access to. And that's what they'll do to make you take the leap over there. So the first people, so what they've done over the last 20 years is deliberately push people onto benefits. So if you look at the benefits numbers in the last so many years, a lot of it's down to immigration and the sickness claims that they put in. Loads of it. But loads of it's normal hard working people, like in the steel factories, coal mines. We all think it's for the ozone. That's bullshit, that. That's to them lose their jobs, get put on the benefits. Why? Because in 10, 20 years we can turn around and say to them, get this done or you're losing your benefits. If you don't participate in governmental projects and initiatives, well then you're not getting access to this. We'll give you enough to pay the landlord because the landlord's part of the system. Hence BlackRock. Yes, Lou. So we'll give you enough to remain in your accommodation, but you're not getting nothing to fucking eat. We're going to force you over. Yes, Lulu, and that's why they're controlling the farmers. Yes, Millie, that's why they're starting to bow down on the farmers now. Fuck the crops up, make them throw milk away and all this. So you can't. Fuckers don't need your money, I'll just go to the farm. Fuck it, I'll just go to that allotment. They're even shutting allotments down all over the gaff and that. Yes, Jodie. Nice one, lad. TV Winter. Cartoon Ange. Wooly Quinn. And this is what's going on, mate. The leeches who control us. We're poor, they're rich. Them politicians are just puppets. They're rich puppets. And that's what they're after, money. As I say, you had a shaming ceremony there on Armistice Day. When you had John Major, Tony Blair, Keir Starmer, Gordon Brown, and another one, there was 5 of them. That was like, they're the blackmailed power in this country. They're the ones that are implementing mad shit. Tony Blair is the key figure in everything that's going on right now. Everything, him and his wife, Sherry Blair. So I've told you this before. When, like in the prison system, the first thing to start getting damaged in this country by Tony Blair and that was the prison system. Why? Because they started privatising it. And what they done when Tony Blair came in, you used to have NHS nurses in your prisons. So what do I mean by that? You'd go and if you went into Walton, you'd have the nurse, my man's brother or sister, who'd worked in the NHS all her life in the local community. These would man the prison. These would get the dentist done for your fucking, your brothers in jail. Anything, they'd be getting handled by Scouse nurses who was a part of the NHS movement. Tony Blair got in, all of a sudden, the NHS has been took out the prison system and being replaced by a private pharmaceutical company, like a fucking a nurse, a private nurses thing. And I was on it back then. And what these people were doing was qualifying in online, qualifying in the new online colleges that the government set up. So they didn't even have to step foot in this country. But they'd do a course over there that they'd get the answers for. Pass it. Apply for a visa to work in the NHS or in the medicine world and be able to come over and go straight into a job. So that was one part of the prison system that Tony Blair fucking absolutely ruined, destroyed it. Why? Because the level of care, the level of communication, just destroyed. They couldn't even speak English. Straight up, like, you've even got now, I'm not bullshitting you. You know the way you've got African cleaners in your town centres? You've got them going into prisons, cleaning prisons on a regular. Like outside contract to clean prisons overnight and that. So again, that was one thing. What else they done was this. Before Tony Blair got in power, because he knew he was getting into power, his wife Cherry Blair went and purchased a 51% stake in a company called Aramark. It's got the contract at Everton's ground now. That's Tony Blair, Cherry Blair, that. Extortionate prices soon. Trust me, might be cheap at the moment at Everton's ground. Give it a year or two. Watch how much you're getting charged for the basics. So years ago, she's went out a year before he's got in power. She's went out and bought a 51% stake in Aramark, which is an American catering company. Now, before Tony Blair, the catering and everything was done by the prison service. The canteen was done by the prison service. The kitchens were run by the prison service. So your food was done by the prison, self-sufficient. The shops in the prison would make profit and run it like a shop. The kitchens, all the inmates would make their own foods. I'm not lying, most of the vegetables would be coming off the prison plot. They'd be getting most of the veg coming off the allotments in the prison. This is the way it was back in the day, off the prisons. That opened up jobs for the lads, gardening every prison. Why? Because they were gardening your food. It give you that rehabilitation flow. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all that was active. Then he's got in and completely privatised the kitchens in every prison and the shops in every prison and the officers' mess in every prison. Give it to Aramark. Give Aramark a 20-year contract. Might have been 10. But the company that Tony Blair's wife had just purchased 51% shares in a year before he got into power. Now he's in power. Within a year, he's given his Bird's company a 10-year contract worth billions. Made his wife a billionaire overnight on the company. It's like that overnight. As soon as the contract was signed, his Bird was a billionaire. And he hasn't stopped since. Straight up. Fact. You can probably go and find all that out if you do a little research, mate. And here he is now, back in the prison system. And what's he doing to it, mate? He's deliberately making it fuck up so he can implement a new way of imprisonment. What's the best way of completely totaling this country in one move? Think about it. I'm to tell you. Say everyone but murderers should not be in prison. Everyone but murderers and the most serious offences of rape. I can see them saying that, you know. Just letting all them out onto the streets in one shift. It's off, mate, innit? It's going off. But let's hope it doesn't go there. How are you, Franco? Anna G Team Kalnach? Katrina? Paulie's saying it's very close now. It's not. It's a dormant version of the disease that they're trying to prevent you getting in the first place. So the diseases they're trying to prevent you getting, they're putting in you. They're not even in you at the moment. But now they're putting them in you. Now what happens if you've got something in you that's connected to something outside? It becomes one, doesn't it? So if there's a flu existence out here and it's not in you, but if I put the same flu existence out here in you, well, then it's easy for that flu to connect to you and go through you. Like an energy type thing. If my energy's there, it's easy for me to connect to it. If you've got flu inside you and flu outside, it's easy for it to come together and fucking ruin you. Anyway, yes, Leanne. So be careful when you're rushing your kids into these hospitals to get these jabs. Why? Because the first jab is the poison. I can remember years ago when I used to go in school. I keep on bringing this up because I think it's a powerful thing, because this is when the vaccinations kicked in the 80s when we were in school. All of a sudden, everyone needs to have tetanuses. All of a sudden, everyone needs to have the BCG. So I'm looking at kids I'm in Major Leicester, me in the junior school. I'm looking at kids getting lined up in this corridor to go in this doctor's room, and every fucking kid is bursting out, screaming his fucking eyes out, holding his arm. I'm just like, that you fucking messing. Do you think I'm going in there? Fuck off. Refuse to go in. But what I noticed is they're hitting them with hate injections at once and telling them, oh, you're getting these 8 injections so we can see if you're allergic to anything. And when we've worked out that you're not allergic, we'll call you back and give you the proper one. Now what everyone weren't understanding was, them first 8 injections was the diseases that they put into your fucking kid. The second one was a booster. So years ago, thousands of kids deliberately got 8 specimens pumped into them. Can anyone tell me what the fuck they was? I never got them because I refused to go in there. I never got me tetanus, never got me BCG, never got none of that, me. Can't stand needles. I stopped going to the doctors and that because I couldn't stand the fact they were taking me blood off me. And every time they took blood off me, I felt weak. So you know when you go to the doctors, I've had TB and I've had tuberculosis, mate. You know when you go to the doctors, I feel sick. The first thing they're doing is asking for your blood, isn't it? Fuck that. Just that process there is scatty to me. You take your kids into doctors to get looked after, the first thing they're doing is impacting them with pain. Some of the worst pain you're ever going to feel in your fucking life. These are loving it. Putting things this long into your baby's fucking arm. Baby screaming its head off. These are going on like it's normal. That's not normal, that. You're fucking mad. Goes through me. I can't even sit there and hear a baby cry. I've got to do something. Can't handle it, me. I couldn't sit in a room and watch my kid get a needle pumped in it. No. Down, Delboy, Billy, Rebecca. That's what I'm saying. They're just fucking on us from birth, damaging us from birth. Imagine if none of us got these vaccinations at birth, mate. Imagine how we'd develop. Imagine how big and powerful we'd be if we weren't getting all these vaccinations that we haven't got a clue about. Them vaccinations have been deliberately to prevent us progressing as human beings properly. Imagine what we'd be like now if we were fully functioning. Imagine the strength and the power in the mind. Whatever they've been pumping us since kids has damaged us. Why are you trying to protect me from getting HIV, or why are you trying to protect me from getting hepatitis B by giving me hepatitis B? Why are you telling me you're going to protect me from the flu by giving me the flu? The flu that can't get in my system, you have now put in my system, and it makes it 10 times easier for the flu to get in my system. Why the fuck have you done this to us? You just know none of them got the vaccine, don't you? You know, there's proof now where the people have had fake documentation to prove that they had the vaccine done, when they just never had it done. But they were able to work, they were able to do everything normal. Whereas you couldn't even go to the hospital to say goodbye to your fucking nan that was dying. Why? Because of a jab. I am awakened, hope you well. Tina Prescott, Rebecca, Philomena. But alone. You'll shout again in the future, mate. That's why I'm not engaging with you. You'll hear something you don't like in the future and give me more shit. And then you'll hear something that you like me saying and go, oh, I've changed my mind with him. And then you'll hear something that you don't like and go, oh, I fucking don't like him again. People like you are not worth the space, lad, to be honest. You've got to understand the bigger picture, mate. You need to come out the space you're locked in and understand if there's going to be a civil war, it shouldn't be between Christians and Muslims. It should be amongst the poor people via the rich. There's only one reason why we're fucking each other up. It's because we're poor. There's only one reason why we're trying to get money on the back of each other. It's because we're in need. Who's making us do this? The rich. Why have all them got millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of pounds in their banks? Every fucking one of them. And some of us haven't even got £10. Why are we getting the shittest quality food in the whole country and they're getting the best? Why are we getting the shittest places to live and they get the best? Why have we got the shittest police force to police us and they get the best? Why have we got the shittest school system in the whole country but their kids have got the best? Why have them, their children, their communities, their classrooms, their community centres, their hospitals, their theatres, their sporting places, the places they go with their children, why is it all 100 times better than anything we've got? And the shit we've got is given to us by the same twats that control us. You go into a big venue to watch a concert tonight. Who's getting the most money from that concert? It's not the artist, it's your government. You go into football to watch the football game tonight. Who gets the most money from that football match? It's not the local community. It's the rich, powerful, of fucking elite. Getting angry now. You need to wake up that they run the fucking world. Okay? For them to master the world, they need to eradicate Christianity. For them to eradicate Christianity, they needed to develop a militant version of Islam. And this is what you're seeing. You've got militant versions of Islam that have completely been manufactured by Israel and the CIA. And they've gone through the East and replaced real Islam with the extreme version. And what you're seeing over here now in this moderate Muslim part of the world, where you've had moderate Muslims for decades and decades and decades, you've now got the militant version. And they're not just threatening us and our way of life and our safety in your black and white Christian communities. They've been threatening the way of life for moderate Muslims in this country for fucking 2 decades or more. And these people in these communities can't come out and speak. Why? Because they get fucking terrored by the criminal element of Islam. And this is the way you need to look at it. Within every Muslim community, just like the Christian community, you've got organised crime groups. Now, in the white communities, it hasn't got a religious aspect. In the Muslim communities, these drug dealing organised crime groups have got a religious aspect to it, and it's militant. Straight up. They're not like my man over here. My man is shit scared to say what the fuck he wants because he understands the risks from this militant aligned group of criminals that deal drugs in the community. Why? Because my man here has got links to Afghanistan. And that Muslim man there, your family will be killed tomorrow morning in Afghanistan if you don't do as you're told. And it's the same with loads of kids from Pakistan. It's the same with loads of kids from Sudan, Nigeria, where you've got these Islamic militant groups beheading and throttling people all over the fucking place on purpose. Why? Because that's what the Jews want. They want to eradicate Christianity. Why? Because they know they've already conquered Islam. Yes, Jenny Davis, are you good? And I'm not hating on Muslims. Don't get your shit in a twist. I'm reaching out to Muslims to understand if there's a civil unrest. It's not us v yous or yous v us. It's us v the rich. And who are the rich in this country? Who are the rich around the world? Who controls your film industry, your social media industry, your music industry, your banking system, your gold and diamond industry, Hollywood? Who controls it? Who controls it? Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Yeah, they control the fucking world. That's why they're able to kill and bomb diplomats and politicians anywhere they want around this globe. And no one says fuck all to them. No one. Once they've eradicated Christianity in the home birth Ireland, look what they've done to Ireland. It's where Christianity stems from originally. Look what's going on. Do you understand what I'm saying? They're targeting Christianity. They've got militant Muslims to do that. Once they've done what they're doing with Christianity, the same militant Muslims that's been getting paid by these for decades will turn on the moderates. And that's just my theory. How are you, Mandy P? Donna? Never you mind. Happy-go-lucky, chucky Allah. I like you, bro. I'm not asked if you don't like me. I'm not here for likes, lad. I'm a neutral. I'm not in no space. I'm not in no group. I don't align myself to no groups. I just tell you what I'm seeing. Sometimes you're going to like what I'm saying. Sometimes you're not going to like what I'm saying. So look, how the fuck Do you expect us to unite when you've had Pakistani grooming gangs in this country abusing young white girls for decades? Now, let's think about why it was covered up. And let's think about why that has been uncovered at this moment in time. Okay? Now, I'm not condoning none of this shit at all, so don't fucking ever think that. But what I'm saying and what I'm implying is the reason that's being covered up for 30 fucking years was because they knew down the line we're going to bring it out to you to cause mass division. Now, the only way you get past that strategy that these played there is with unity. The only way we establish unity amongst our communities is by being self-policed. Now, if you've got a community of Muslims that live a mile away from a community of Christians and Caucasians, and within that community of Muslims, you've got 10 men out of the 10,000 Muslims that have deliberately gone out to target young white girls. Now, if them 10 men are protected by them 10,000 Muslims, what the fuck is it going to create? If them 10 men were policed and dragged to justice by their own community in front of the community that they fucking harmed, well, then you can re-establish unity. If that's not done, well, then you can never establish unity. You'll have pockets of unity, but you'll have pockets of division from the same communities, so it'll never fucking work. Unity is the key word here, and you need to re-establish that amongst the real people of this country, not the criminal elements, not the militant elements, not the extreme elements. The real people within our communities have got the power to unite against these rich, powerful, elite fucking twats and get shit done properly. Until we unite, it's never going to be the case. We'll kill each other and they'll sit there laughing at us for doing it. So just have a think of the angle I'm coming from, yous lads, when I'm screaming about drug dealers being fucking dickhead rats. Why? Because you're doing their work. You're destroying our communities from in. They don't even need to send police in no more. They send the police in to arrest you and give you life sentences. That's all they're doing. So you're going mad thinking, oh yeah, we're making money here. The feds can't nick us. No, the feds are leaving you. It's not that they haven't got the capabilities to take you off the streets. It's not like they haven't got the technology to monitor you if they want to do and just remove you. They leave you for a few years knowing you're going to end up in a dispute, knowing the firearms are going to come out, knowing you're going to kill someone, and then they'll come in and shut you down, take 20 of yous out, give you double figures, take the firearms that you've stockpiled for a few years off the fucking streets. Why? Because they know in 10 years' time, when they're on our streets with blue fucking hats on their heads and fucking guns patrolling the streets, we've got fuck all to defend ourselves with. Because that's what it's going to be. While we're killing each other over fucking drugs, while we're giving families addictions, while we're destroying the infrastructure of our whole fucking setup, they're getting ready to patrol. You're going to have NATO forces wearing blue fucking hats in this country in 10 years. Why? Because that's where we're going. You're all fucked off your drugs. You're all fucked off your drink. You're all fucked in your spaces and your groups. You're lost. I'm sat here alone looking at this shit thinking, why isn't no one looking at what the fuck I'm looking at and organising something and getting shit sorted so we've got at least a fucking fight amongst us? But suppose you'll all wake up one fucking day and it'll be too late. You'll have a martyr like Darren G doing a fucking madness and then getting labelled a crazy off the system for it. Won't you?